You have 20 people in your business, or maybe it's in your department, and less than 5 of those people are actually engaged in their work and what they do. And if that number doesn't concern you, then it really should. Now you may be thinking, I haven't achieved an operation that size, or maybe you've far surpassed that number already, in which case the number I mentioned doesn't apply. The statistics regarding employee engagement across a diverse range of businesses is what is concerning. My name is David Coombe, and I'm an executive and leadership advisor, coach and consultant, and I help business leaders just like you understand the relationship between your choices, your behaviours, and ultimately your success. In the past, I've produced some video content talking about employee engagement and what the global and local statistics look like. According to research company Gallup, globally the number of employees actively engaged in their work is around 15%. In Australia, that number rises to about 25%. And whether we look at the global or local statistics, what's clear is that there is a significant number of people in the workplace that are either not engaged, meaning that they're just there for a paycheck, or actively disengaged, meaning that they're negative about their work and the environment that they're working in. In Australia, this number sits at approximately 75%. So back to a business or a team with 20 people in it, this means that 15 of those staff members statistically are not actively engaged. Maybe you have 5 people in your team, then it's likely that 4 of those 5 are not actively engaged. What if you have 200? You get the point. These numbers should be a real concern for business leaders as they represent a considerable impact in lost productivity. Now, you may well be thinking, well, that's because they aren't really connected with the role that they're achieving. And you may be correct in some cases, but that's not the only reason staff disconnect and eventually leave. You may have heard the following saying: people don't leave a bad job, they leave a bad manager or leader. And this is also partially true and something that's entirely within your control to change. In reality, people leave their job for a number of reasons, including connection with the role or the team, connection with the business's values or purpose, expectations about remuneration not being met, opportunities to develop and grow, and challenges within their leader and manager, and the list goes on. And as the business leader or team leader, it's well within your reach to make a difference to how each of your employees connect with their leader, the business that they work for, and to shift engagement, to shift interaction, perception, and generally change behaviours to something that's beneficial to everyone involved. So how do you get started working on that improving engagement? First, you recognise the need. You can't make changes if you can't recognise that they're necessary. You can't recognise that something's necessary if you haven't reflected on the environment, the people, the expectations, and most importantly, the investment that you're willing to make. 2, commit to make the choice. You can recognise the need to make a change for yourself or for others or for the broader environment. Unless you actually decide to do so, you won't take that first step. Are you prepared to invest the time and money into making changes in thinking, in interacting and behaving? They're the fundamentals to operating business in this current age. 3, recognise the required skill set. Recognising the type of thinking and the required skill sets that will lead an approach in this space is going to be critical. It's unlikely that with all the other activities underway that you'll be able to achieve this type of initiative as well. Get someone that operates in this space to come and work with you to make this a focused effort. 4, make the space for burgeoning change. Change can be difficult and uncomfortable, and whether this is a targeted intervention or broad organisational strokes, you need space to be able to do things differently. Those that are making changes within their own beliefs or behaviours will do so messily initially, and having an understanding, collaborative space to be able to do so will be beneficial for everybody involved. And 5, make it front of mind. These types of endeavours fall into insignificance if there's low or no accountability, and if it's left to be a bullet point on a report, either quarterly or annually. The sponsors for change must be its champions or have someone appointed in that role, and take the development of an organisation and its people seriously if they wish to make a worthwhile investment. deciding to take employee engagement seriously is something that everyone should be focused on. Those 5 areas again: recognize the need, commit to that choice, understand the required skill set, make the space for the change, and make it front of mind. I hope this last few minutes has been beneficial use of your time and positions you to start thinking about making organisational changes to improve engagement. And if you or someone you know needs some support in improving employee engagement within your organisation, then let's organise to discuss what may be required and how I may be able to support you in this endeavour. Until then, I wish you continued success and have an outstanding day.